Kia ora. My name is Māori Karatai. Tomorrow in Rotorua at the Novotel Hotel, the 12th of April 2019, I'll be speaking to the Māori Affairs Committee on the Electoral Entrenchment of Māori Seats Amendment Bill. Here is my speech. During his speech in September last year, Tamati Coffey highlighted the issue of Māori representation perfectly at the first reading of this bill. He was one of only 2 Māori elected MPs who contributed to the discussion in a room full of non-Māori. This is an issue that directly affects Māori in a way that it cannot affect non-Māori, and yet the power is in the hands of those it doesn't affect. Here lies the problem that has impacted Māori for generations, and one that you have the power to change. It is something we see in legislation, and we see it also in local body politics, and in all aspects of life. We cannot continue to cry about the horrendous statistics for Māori education, Māori health, Māori injustice, when at every turn the voice of Māori is silenced by giving the power of all decision making for Māori to non-Māori. We talk so much about choices, but what is choice? Choice is the act of choosing between 2 or more possibilities. But what if you were never presented with more than one? We are told young people have a choice to do well or not. We are told we choose to smoke, or to drink, or to live with violence, or to have productive working lives, but what drives choice really? Choice comes from knowing you matter, comes from being raised imagining a future, comes from being given the same tools as your non-Māori classmates to be successful, the same role models, being taught in a language you understand, having the same opportunities. If any of those things are missing from the way you are raised, then choice is a myth for you. Your pathway through life is completely predictable. Choice comes from knowing you count. But do Māori count really? If we're not allowed to make decisions about our representation, then please explain to me exactly how it is that we count. Our few Māori MPs walk in Te Ao Māori. They see the world through a Māori lens. They speak a different language, not just Te Reo, but the language of Kaitiakitanga, the language of Manaakitanga, the language of tikanga. This is language not in Māori, but of Māori. Yes, there are words that are sort of the same in English, but sort of the same is not the same. Our Māori MPs walk in a world that is the origins of what we now call our bicultural community. They have navigated the non-Māori world and been elevated to a place where we trust that they will communicate our needs and protect what matters to us in a way that non-Māori simply could and likely would not. Since the signing of the treaty, sold to Māori as a way to guarantee home, culture, language, self-determination and protection from persecution, we've been on the back foot clawing our way not just to equity, but also to equality. In our own place, we've been marginalised over and again by well-meaning people who talk to us about being one people. We are not one people. And to try and enforce that robs all of us of what makes Aotearoa an amazing and unique place. Instead of continuously trying to silence the voice of Māori, we need to heed it more. That is the only way we will change the statistics that you all talk about all the time. It is the only chance we have to save our natural environment from the crisis that is looming. That is the only way we can bring positive change that keeps us safe from the hatred the rest of the world endures. Give our young people their voice. Don't rob them of it. We are not one people. We are Māori. We are non-Māori. Kia ora.